Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I want to share with you a couple of tools that you can use to measure exactly when the alt season might start. Now, you might currently be sitting on a couple of bags worth of some altcoin that you bought earlier in the year or perhaps recently, and you'd like to know when the price is going to start going up. So I'm going to teach you these things in this video, but just as a bit of a disclaimer, I just want to let you know I'm not really a big fan of the whole speculation stuff. I think most people, every person watching this video, should have the vast majority of their stack, I'm talking 90% plus, in Bitcoin, and then you just don't touch it. That's the key to long-term wealth creation, and I'm always warning people against being involved in rampant speculation. You can never accurately predict the very top or the very bottom of the market, but that being said, I understand altcoins are going to play some role in most people's portfolios. Everyone wants it to be able to take as much advantage of the bull market as possible. So let's just get straight into the video. So I'm going to first show you two charts to look at on TradingView, and this is something that most people should be aware of. And this is, first I'm looking at what's called the Bitcoin dominance. Now, Bitcoin dominance essentially measures the percentage of Bitcoin as compared to the overall total cryptocurrency market cap. So the cryptocurrency market cap includes every cryptocurrency in existence, and it's their market cap, and Bitcoin dominance is what percentage of that total market cap is made up of Bitcoin's cryptocurrency dominance. So as you can see over the years, since the proliferation of Ethereum and the other various ERC20 tokens, this has gone down significantly as other altcoins have made a significant contribution to the overall crypto market cap, and it hasn't really recovered back up to those heights that we saw pre-2016, just because, you know, there's a lot of alts now, and there's more and more of an overall cryptocurrency ecosystem that's evolving. You know, one coin tends to beget another coin, and we've got a whole ecosystem going, right? So it's not as simple to measure, but what we can see is that there is a general trading range, right? And what we can see is since the time that, you know, alternative cryptos have become more prominent, we can see that the absolute lowest that it's ever got to is 36.2, and at the very top here, the highest that it can ever really get to again is 70%, right? Now, this range seems to be slowly becoming smaller and smaller. This means it's very unlikely we're going to see some like really big thing happen where, you know, altcoins are going to go back down to, you know, 30% or maybe even go lower to 20%. It's very unlikely we're going to see that happen. The last time we had a major bull market, and bull markets, FYI, are when altcoin seasons happen, and that's the time when the Bitcoin dominance would drop down to these all-time low levels, right? And as we can see here, the all-time low that we had this cycle is less than we had last cycle. So the previous cycle before that. So the 2017 bull run slash 2018, the lowest it got to is 36%. Whereas the all-time low here is we had a bottom about 40%, right? So it's unlikely that we're going to break lower than that. In fact, it's probably going to be a little higher. And on the other hand as well, we don't really have these really high Bitcoin dominance percentages like we had before. The previous high was around 72%. And, you know, we hit that again, we had a bit of a double top, and it looks like it's unlikely that we're going to have that again. We're only around a couple of months away from like a really key benchmark in the overall bull cycle of crypto. Usually it's around, I think, 8-9 months after the halving. I'm just talking historically wise, you know, this isn't speculation. This is just, if you look at the chart, every time it's 8 or so months pass after a halving event, there's usually some major crypto bull run that happens. Now, to be fair, who knows, maybe things are different. After all, we did already hit an all-time high recently. You never know if maybe that actually took away from the momentum. But the longer I've been in this stuff, the more that I found that the more things change, the more they stay the same. There are certain things that just they don't really change that much, right? So I strongly suspect that sometime around November, maybe December, we're going to see some big action. And if by now we haven't seen the Bitcoin dominance go up in a huge way, it's unlikely that we'll have to wait till it gets to 70%. The thing is, maybe from what I'm just seeing on the chart, it might be that the Bitcoin dominance just continues to go up slowly, but it doesn't just spike up. And yeah, so what we're waiting for is when this trend breaks. So the trend of the Bitcoin dominance going up, we're waiting for this to eventually break. We don't know when it's going to happen, but it's really important to keep an eye on it and see when it breaks this trend line. It'll be very interesting. And then if we test this trend line again, we'll be able to see that there's a pretty good chance that altcoin season is going to start. And I think it's fair to say, because of the fact that we are on the precipice of a face melting bull run soon, and the bull run in general, not just for Bitcoin, just in the overall crypto bull cycles, there's always going to be a really big altcoin rally in which the Bitcoin dominance will fall. Now, a similar chart to look at as well, which describes a very similar thing, is ETH BTC chart. Now, ETH BTC chart describes a similar thing, except it's simply the price of Ethereum against Bitcoin. So when the price of Ethereum against Bitcoin goes up, you can see we've got these big fat green candles, and that's when the price of Ethereum goes up massively, and then all the other altcoins follow along with it, because Ethereum is kind of like a general index of all altcoins in general, everything outside of Bitcoin. When Ethereum is pumping against Bitcoin, when you see like Bitcoin is, when you've had a big face melting rally in Bitcoin, it's reached all-time highs, and all of a sudden it's only moving at 1-2% in a week, right? Compared to where maybe it was a few weeks where it's going up 30% a week or something like that, right? After that, traders get impatient, and then they start looking for the next thing, and then they sense that it's Ethereum time, right? Then they pile into Ethereum. Ethereum goes up a lot, and then they start piling into more things, right? So it's valuable to look at what's going on with the Ethereum price, and what we want to see here again is a similar pattern, right? We're seeing Ethereum going down in Bitcoin value for some time now. I mean, it's been around 2 years. And as we can see, we've got this trend line of it continuing to go down. And we're waiting for it to break this trend line here. If it can break this trend line and go up and retest it, hopefully that will be an indicator that ETH is going to start outperforming against Bitcoin. And we're just waiting for that to happen. And again, this is pure speculation, but I'm assuming that it's going to come along with the large segment of the bull cycle that we're going to see in the next couple of months. And I say this again purely on a historical level. You can look up the charts every time we're around 8 months off from the halving. There's a big, massive Bitcoin bull run. Usually that's accompanied by an all-time high, and then the alts follow in afterwards. So you want to be paying attention to the overall, there's kind of a pattern that happens every time there are major pumps, right? And this is self-evident for me, who's been in this since like 2017. What happens is Bitcoin goes up, it rallies, the gains start to peter out, then Ethereum pumps massively, then eventually the gains peter out, then the larger altcoins start pumping. That's when you get the random Ripple, Cardano, random stuff like that going up massively, and then those gains start petering out a little bit, and then you get the small caps, right? The random little shit coins and the meme coins, they go through the roof, and then that's basically when you reach the speculative bubble. Actually, it's when the meme coins start going up, that's really when you should sell, and it's around the time that the meme coins come up that your grandma, your taxi driver, random dude at the grocery store mentions Bitcoin, you see like a big advertisement sign for Bitcoin somewhere, that's the time to sell, right? So that's the cycle of it. Now, the other thing that I want to mention is, just in regards to just what's happening in the immediate short term, is what's going on with these ETF inflows and outflows. Oh, sorry, no, wait. Before I get into that, I wanted to show you this real quick. And this is a very, very useful thing for you to learn. These are Ethereum average transaction fees. So what you can notice is that when Ethereum transaction fees go down significantly, this is a long-term very bullish sign that the price is going to go up a lot. And the reason why is because the cheaper the fees are, the more likely people are going to start using the platform and using the using the Ethereum blockchain, right? Doing things like trading NFTs, going on Uniswap, trading stuff, doing all these things that they might not have been doing when the price was higher. And as a result, if they're going to start using it more, then they're going to have to start buying more Ethereum to pay for the gas fees. And paying for gas fees is the #1 use case for Ethereum. In order to be able to use the Ethereum network, you've got to buy Ethereum, which is used for the gas fees. And if the price is going down, so if the price is going down and the gas fees are going down, then the usability of the network increases, which attracts more people to come onto the platform to engage in activities. And as this does show it a little bit. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here, and I'll just look at the past 6 months. What I've noticed as as an active Ethereum user, I've noticed that Ethereum gas fees have gone down massively. What is it? EIP 52? I can't remember the exact rollout of the update. And that happened more than a year ago, I believe. Let me see. Was it 3 years ago? Yeah, so I remember using it around 2 years ago, right? And Ethereum gas fees, I remember paying like $6, sometimes even $10 a pop. I mean, Ethereum it felt unusable. I hated Ethereum. I still use it because I had stuff to do in there. But 2 years ago, it's just a pain in the butt, right? As you can see, the price of Ethereum has of the transaction fees have gone down really a lot. It's gone down a huge deal, and it tends to continue to go down. Now, what's good to compare this to is to compare this to the previous bull run, where at its peak, I think Ethereum was at 4.8k or something like that, and it was at 4.8k despite the fact that at its peak, as you can see here, this is like $71 for an ordinary transaction. I remember paying stupid things like $120, for things like NFTs and stuff like that, right? It's really silly. But despite the fact that the gas fees were so high, people were still using the network, and it was able to get such a huge price evaluation. So this time around, it's going to be interesting because, unlike before, the network is actually usable. People can use it for ordinary transactions. People can more freely trade NFTs. NFTs are a very big part of Ethereum's huge spike last time. So people can trade even more with NFTs. They can do even more things on the network. And you could make the argument that, well, last time, because the price was so high, people had to buy more Ethereum in order to be able to just pay for the gas fees, right? Causing the price to go up even bigger. And that is true, but you can also make the argument that first, with the price being so low now, it's just going to allow people to do more transactions. It'll make it more affordable for more people to use, just generally increasing the transaction output. And on top of that, the price will actually go up because if there's more people using it, and eventually, you will get a similar effect to what we had last time. The price is going to go up. When the price of Ethereum goes up, people are going to have to spend, when the transaction fees go up inevitably because more people are using the network, people are going to have to buy more Ethereum. And that's going to spike up the price even more. So it basically is similar to what happened last time, right? So we still get to take advantage of what we experienced last time, but the fact is we've got like a better basis from which to start from, and that better basis is the fact that the price is so much cheaper, more people can come to the network and do what they want with it. So that, to me, shows that we can see, you know, possibly even more explosive action than we did last time, although I can't be certain about that. That's just something to pay attention to, especially as we can see that the price of gas fees has gone down so much, and there was some article I was reading by some trader, and he said that was a really big indicator that he used to determine whether or not there was going to be some major action happening with Ethereum. He just kept checking in on the transaction, on the gas fees, right? Now, the last thing that I want to show you, and this is something that just also affects the medium short term. This is a bit of a I don't want to say bearish indicator, but it's just kind of don't hold your breath for the Ethereum bull run, or the altcoin bull run. A lot of I do believe that we are going to get a bull run, but I don't think it's going to be immediately going to happen. And part of the reason why is what's going on with ETH ETFs. So the Bitcoin ETF story was very different. Like, it was so successful that it caused us to prematurely have a bull run well in advance of pretty much just at the time of the Bitcoin halving, which has never happened before, right? It usually takes like, 10, 12 months, for Bitcoin to reach another all-time high, maybe 8 months, as I mentioned before. But we prematurely, blew our load, I guess, so to speak, because of the the Bitcoin ETFs being so successful. There's so much buying action. However, during that time, whilst there was so much buying action by the likes of BlackRock and Fidelity and a few others, there was Grayscale, who was the largest owner of Bitcoin, institutional Bitcoin, who was dumping like crazy. From what I understand, it was to pay off some, I don't know, some bad money that I guess they owed to, I think it was BlockFi, Nexo, one of these crypto institutions that went under back in like 2022. So Grayscale was dumping huge amounts of Bitcoin. However, the only reason why Bitcoin continued to go up and hold steady above like 60K, which is really incredible, was the fact that the likes of Grayscale and Fidelity were buying so much that it just kind of gobbled up all of that selling volume, and the price continued to go up. Now, it's been interesting because that is not the case of what we've been seeing here with the ETH ETFs. The only thing that these two cases have in common is that Grayscale is still selling. They're selling at massive rates. They've got huge, and here's the thing, they've got huge amounts of Ethereum. Look at Grayscale here. They're the one in dark purpley blue. Look how much Ethereum they have. So they clearly need to increase their liquidity by selling whatever they have. And they've sold more than 50% of their Bitcoin. I think they're down to 40% of the Bitcoin. And I think they're still selling to this day, right? It's just lucky that all these other institutions are buying up. And as a result, to me, it's clear that Grayscale is going to continue selling they're going to start selling Ethereum at a similar rate. Now, it looks like it's slowed down a little bit over the past couple of days, but if this trend continues with what they've been doing, they're just going to keep selling until Kingdom Come, or at least until they basically have hardly any left to sell. Maybe they might keep a small amount. Who knows exactly what their plan is, but they're just going to keep selling. And look how much Ethereum they've got. They're just going to keep dumping this out onto the market, and it's probably going to dump the price. And as you've seen with the Ethereum price over the past month or two, month really, it's just been dumping, and it hasn't been keeping up with Bitcoin, and it's getting smashed against the likes of Solana, which is massively outperforming it. And it's because of this, and we're not really going to see some improvement with the Ethereum price until Grayscale stops dumping, or at least we get a situation where the likes of BlackRock and Fidelity decide that they want to pick up as much Ethereum as they are Bitcoin, right? So I think BlackRock and Fidelity, I think they're dealing with retirement and stuff like that. Pension funds. I'm pretty sure that they just kind of want to stick to gold. Bitcoin, maybe Ethereum is a bit too much for them. So as a result, it's unlikely they're going to be picking up as much Ethereum as they were Bitcoin. So I don't think it's likely that we're going to see some big Ethereum rally soon. I do believe that the fundamentals are in place to allow Ethereum to rise. And sorry, just to be clear, the reason why I keep mentioning Ethereum as a stand-in for all altcoins is because Ethereum is the granddaddy of all the altcoins, right? Like, everything follows Ethereum. And to be fair, like, maybe I think Solana is maybe a little bit more taking up the range, taking up the role. You know, they've got a lot of shit coins under their belt. They've got a lot of coins built on the Solana ecosystem, but for the most part, Ethereum dominates the majority of, or at least the largest portion of the overall altcoin market cap. So it's most important to be focusing still on what's going on with Ethereum, which so far it doesn't look that great. But that being said, you should buy when it's low. You should buy when everyone is selling. I think that is a smart thing to do. And as I always mention, you know, if you want to get into anything, the best thing to do is just DCA. You know, don't be trying to pick tops and bottoms. Don't speculate like a degen. Just slowly DCA into whatever it is you like, and just don't look at the charts. I think that's the smarter thing to do, and I think this represents a good opportunity. You know, it's you can think of it as good that we're on the cusp of a bull run. The price of altcoins is likely to keep dumping, maybe at least against Bitcoin. And now is a good opportunity, better than ever, right? But for those of you that are sitting on a bunch of bags, you're just going to have to be patient a little while longer. So that's really all I have for this video. If you like this video, make sure to give a like and make sure to subscribe. And if you're interested in buying KYC-less Bitcoin, that's Bitcoin that you can buy without having to give your personal information, you can go to the likes of local coin swap, you can go to HODL. You can use my referral link in the description down below, and I'll see you next time.